Today we are going to talk about Bookie and how he is definitely a safety and he is definitely not, as well as some Andre Woolfolk thoughts, and all that's coming up after the bump.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. So today we are going to talk about Bookie and Andre Woolfolk, how those things tied together. But first, I want to let you know that I am in Portland from Wednesday until about Friday, and then I'm flying from Portland to Miami Economy, which is going to suck because I'm in Portland for Livewire, where I'm going to be next to John Hodgman talking about, I don't know, his book, Vacationland, maybe my book, Let It Bang, I hope. And then at the Miami Book Fair, I'm going to be sitting next to Eli Saslow and Ron Stallworth, who's the author of Black Klansman. I'm excited about that. But I would also be way more excited if Oklahoma's defense was better. Now, yo, man, we all know that we want the defense to be better. I've made posts about that. Understand why people are enraged, particularly because Lincoln Riley, it felt like to them, thumbed his nose at them when he was asked legitimate questions about, yo, okay, so are you going to pick out a defensive coordinator before early signing period? Because, well, that's around the corner, and your defense is kind of now. And we all like Ruffin, but it doesn't seem like Ruffin is getting it done. To which Lincoln was like, yo, if 9-1 is not getting it done, I would like you to look around the rest of Big 12 and tell me who you would rather be. To which he has a point. Oklahoma is a 3-time defending Big 12 champ and has made the college football playoff. It's not too shabby, especially along with a Heisman Trophy winner and a guy who is poised to win the Heisman Trophy if things break his way, and Kyler Murray, not to mention the #1 offense in all of football. However, we not only know that the defense is far from the #1 team in football, it got roasted by Texas Tech and then Oklahoma State. Now, put in perspective, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, #7, #11 offenses in America. So I think most defenses would have a problem with Texas Tech or Oklahoma State. Also, Antoine Wesley at Texas Tech and Tylan Wallace at Oklahoma State are the #2 and #3 receivers nationally in receiving yards. That's behind a dude from UMass. So if you're going to get torched by one dude, maybe it'd be the #2 and #3 guys who you play in back-to-back weeks. Just, this was not the way you would draw it up for a puppy secondary, really. However, we could all expect the defense to be better. We thought with the 4-2-5 we would see more from scheme. I have made my talent argument. A lot of folks don't think that that argument is good. Fine, whatever. Roll out a new scheme if you want to. A 4-2-5 is what I would like to see because I think a 4-2-5 fits the kind of offenses that you're liable to see in this conference. Now, that said, I'm not sure that nickel is the best place for Bookie like a lot of folks. But George Stoya at the Oklahoma Daily asked Ruffin McNeill straight up, is there any talk about moving Bookie back to his natural position of corner? To which Ruffin said no, he's a safety. And then reiterated, he's a safety. To which everybody else outside the program was like, nah, dog. Nah, he ain't. He's a safety like, I don't know, Creed Humphrey's a guard. Or more to the point, he's a safety like Marquise Brown is a center. I mean, I'm stretching it there, but you get what I'm saying. The dude's natural position is cornerback, and he was a 5-star cornerback. It feels like he works better with the extra man as the sideline to work against because he knows where his leverages are. And to be fair, playing nickel at any level is really difficult because you constantly have to know where your leverages are. And the way that they use him as a safety in that nickel spot also is to blitz as well as cover slot receivers. And in this age where you're seeing bigger slot receivers and you're seeing offensive coordinators take advantage of it, you might not want the 5'8 dude there. That said, if you can get it done, you can get it done. I'm a short dude, so I ride for the short dudes. And Bookie is a short dude. Something about here is just itching real bad and I need to scratch it. But I don't necessarily think that Bookie matching up on Lee Morris is going to get it done. I don't think that Bookie matching up on Grant Calcaterra is going to get it done. And I'm not so sure that moving Bookie back to corner is going to all of a sudden make the secondary better. I know folks got problems with Parnell Motley because he doesn't really have the ball skills that you would like to see from a corner. And I know folks got problems with Trey Norwood because he got his grits cooked by Tylan Wallace over and over and over again. To which I say, scheme ain't going to help Trey Norwood in that instance. If you are slower than the dude you're matching up against, you're going to get roasted repeatedly. And not only that, rolling coverages to your side ain't necessarily going to help in that instance because the guy on the other side of the ball, Tyron Johnson, he transferred from LSU and he had over 100 yards receiving. So the whole secondary was getting roasted. And I understand folks is like, yo, we wasn't getting any pressure on Taylor Cornelius with the defensive line. You're asking him to cover dudes for like 7 seconds. Okay, valid point, but at this point, what do you want him to do? They put 4 men on a line of scrimmage. They got to him a couple of times, not as many times as we would have liked. Kenneth Murray Jr. and Curtis Bolton were doing what they could, but you saw Ronnie Perkins dropping back into coverage. You saw Mark Jackson coming in. You saw Caleb Kelly out the Sam linebacker position. What I'm saying is, against that offense, they were overmatched. And if not for Oklahoma's offense, they lose that game going away. But that gets into the conversation that I want to have on that front, which is, ain't nobody messing with OU's offense, all right? OU's offense means you're always in a football game, specifically in the Big 12 where, well, this ain't really where world-class defenses come to live. World-class offenses, on the other hand, yeah, we got a few of those. So if you can make it out of this conference, you got a decent shot at making it into the playoff. That is where we know from experience that tends to go bad because the defenses that we see usually can stop Oklahoma a few more times than we're used to Oklahoma being stopped, and that's how you get beat in a national semifinal. However, have we given some thought to, is there an Andre Woolfolk on the other side of the ball? Huh? Maybe y'all didn't remember that Andre Woolfolk came up as a receiver, went both ways, and then not only made the move to corner, but was a first-round draft pick as a defensive back because his ball skills were unmatched. And oh, by the way, he was a 6'2" corner. Think about what we've been asking for the secondary to grow into. We wanted them to be taller and we wanted them to be faster. Andre Woolfolk was both of those, and he came to Oklahoma to play wide receiver, ended up on the other side of the ball. I wonder, is there a guy like that on the offensive side of the ball right now who might not just be able to get the playing time that he might otherwise want? Hit, nudge, A.D. Miller, among other dudes, really. I mean, I'm throwing out A.D. Miller out there because he's a big, long wide receiver who frankly ain't getting as much run as you might have expected an A.D. Miller to get. So keep that in the back of your head as we go forward. I don't think you're going to see anything like that this season, but perhaps in the spring, you'll see some of these larger wide receivers who look up and say, maybe it might be hard for me to break into the rotation. And then you got a secondary coach and maybe a Kerry Cooks. I know how some of y'all feel about Kerry Cooks. Or even a defensive coordinator is like, yo, why don't you pull a Petey and remember the Titans, come over here, play defensive back for me, and I turn you into a star. Because we would like nothing more than to see a star emerge on this defense. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.